Hey guys, it's Britt. I'm here with my friend Carrie from the Foundations podcast.
Yes, and I am super excited that we are. First of all, you were a guest on my podcast for the
Couple
last
years back and up,
couple
yeah.
years. Yep, a few different times, and we worked so well together that we're really excited to transition the Foundations podcast to the Complete Wellness podcast.
We're two friends talk about how messy life is with zero filters.
Exactly. So stick around. We have lots of exciting topics to discuss.
Yes.
Hey, Brett.
Hi.
So it's been a week since we released the podcast, and you and I were talking today, and we thought that we would just do a little shout out.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking that it would be really cool to talk a little bit about everything that you went through, surprisingly. Like a real quick. I know I say real quick, and I know it's never real quick, but like you went through some cool stuff when we released that podcast.
Yeah, there's it was like a roller coaster. It still kind of is, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. People still are randomly reaching out and stuff like that after they've listened to it or have listened to it and thought about it for a few days and have reached out and stuff.
Well,
So
so
some people
awesome.
from my past and lots of people I don't even know, honestly, which is pretty
Really?
cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind.
So when it was leading up to the podcast, you kept telling me a few days before that it just felt
weird,
like you said.
Yeah.
And I was worried that it felt like something felt bad with releasing it. So I know I asked you a few times, not bad.
Yeah, you did.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't want you to be putting out anything that you were uncomfortable with because I knew how hard it was for you to tell that story.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it felt so like I felt off. Like I didn't know what the feeling was. You know what I mean? I didn't know. It was like something's different. Like I felt different inside, and it was just that, like, it's no big deal. No, it was kind of a huge deal. Definitely a big deal. Like I felt forgiveness for the first time in my life. Like there's lots of people in my life that I need to find forgiveness for, if not for them, for myself, but I've never in 39 years forgiven anyone for anything. Like I just deal with it. It's like, oh, it's part of life, another load on the shoulder. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You just move on and but I guess I figured out how to forgive through all of it. And I know that probably sounds a little bit selfish, right? Like, oh, I forgive him for killing himself. But in reality, yeah, like what he did affected me and my kid and my stepdaughter and everybody that we know for the rest of our lives. And I was fucking pissed for a long time.
Right.
Like, livid. You go back and forth. Anybody that's lost anybody in that manner goes back and forth. Like you're pissed and then you're sad and then you love them and then you're mad. And it's just a crazy thing. It's weird, but I forgive him. Like I'm not pissed anymore. I'm not mad at him anymore.
That's pretty incredible, really.
Even for the shit that he put me through. Like I have even before he died, not just what he left me with, because it was tough. There was a lot of bad stuff that he had done, not in his right mind. You know what I mean? And I know that now. I've matured and grown and realized like that's not who he was. That was his mental illness talking for sure and acting all the time.
Right.
But yeah, I figured it out. I figured out what it feels like to forgive somebody, which is huge.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following day, before you even got to that point, like after, maybe it was the day of the release. That was the day that was Brian's birthday, and you always take that day.
Yeah.
And that day was an emotional roller coaster for you as well, starting right out from the beginning in a bad way.
What a shit show. It was like, in my, how I am. I'm like, I'm trying not to be that way anymore. I'm trying to, and that was like another lesson learned. Like, I'm all or nothing, like one shot type of person. Like, you're going to do it and you're going to do it right the first time. And you're going to like have a plan and have an agenda and have everything set. And no, that's not how it worked. That's not how it worked at all. I
Mm-hmm.
made the post and I didn't even have time to like edit it or do anything to it. And then Facebook did this monetization thing that I accepted. But when I accepted it, it did something to my account and like locked me out. And I couldn't get in it because it's from an old email. So I was locked out of my Facebook all freaking day, which is probably best. In hindsight, it was best because then I just had to sit with myself for an entire day. Tom was at work. My husband was at work.
Mm-hmm.
Kids were at school. Everybody else was working because it was just a random Tuesday. You know, you were
Yeah.
like the only person that I was talking to all day. And it was really just you being like, yeah, right. Like, you
I
okay
was
over
worried,
there?
right? Because I was working
Yeah.
too, so it's not like I could leave work. And then you had messaged
No.
me and you were upset. So I was like, oh, I felt terrible that I couldn't get to you. And I knew you were going through a hard
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah. It was hard all like in multiple ways because I was like obviously able to talk to people because also there's multiple avenues to that, right? Like I didn't want people to hear the podcast and not be able to get in touch with me if they didn't have my cell phone number. If it was somebody who was on the podcast and all of a
right.
sudden was like, shit, I don't want to be on it, or somebody that it touched from our past, not being able to reach out to me if it was bothering them. But most importantly, like the whole point in that podcast is to get the message out, right? Like to the people who are considering it, to the people who lived it, to the people who are living it, you know? And
Mhm.
I thought I think I messaged you. I think I said I blew it. You have one shot with these things and I blew it because I'm locked out and I can't do anything about it. And I had to like talk myself down all day. And it worked out.
It's
It worked
good.
out, but
Yeah,
she's
you did say that to me, and I was like, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know exactly what to say to help you feel better. I felt
there was
terrible.
probably nothing anybody could have said. I had to figure it out on my own, right? But I just had to
Yeah.
figure it out. I don't really get that way much. I mean, you know that. How many times have you seen me just be like, fuck it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like it's, you know what I mean? I don't give up. I'm pretty resourceful. Like I figure shit out. I'm like, oh, there's another avenue. No,
Uh-huh.
that day I was not seeing it. I actually did everything on my own that day. I've never done it by myself. I've never went to the bar and had, you know, a drink in his honor. I always go to the same bar stool that he sat in at the same bar when I first met him, where it all began. And I sit in that
Mm-hmm.
bar stool and I have a disgusting shot of Jim Beam. They were out of Molson, thank God. I didn't have to drink that. But a shot's easier than a slug, you know? And then I listened to his song and I went to the cemetery by myself. And that was crazy too.
Yeah.
That was a crazy experience at the cemetery too, because there was not one leaf on the ground anywhere, nowhere. And then I made it over to the far corner at his grave, and there was one branch. I put a picture on my Facebook of it and did a post of it. There was one branch that it was the leaves had fallen. They had changed completely, and that one branch dead above his and his family's plot was all over everywhere. I was like, well,
Ugh.
fall's here early, and that was our favorite season. Like the fact that the leaves fall, the foliage, all that stuff. That's our favorite. And I was like, oh, happy birthday early, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fall's here early. So it was crazy.
After you did the podcast, I did do a write-up on my website, which you know
Awesome.
about. And I had, just for anybody that's out there listening, if you want to see the pictures, Brittany had sent me a bunch of pictures of her and Brian and the kids, and Tom was in there as well. And also the video from when you saw the leaves
Yeah.
and the picture from the cemetery I put in there too, and kind of some of the stuff that you went through um, after releasing the podcast as well.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah. You
anybody
kind
wants
of
to,
everything, you put it all together beautifully.
I did like put it all in one big story because releasing the podcast was your story from before, but there was a whole story that went along with what was happening to you right in that moment.
Yeah.
So,
And
and
it
it was
all just
really,
happened so quick. We didn't plan for it. It just, isn't that how it is
no,
though? Isn't that how it is?
yeah, we didn't plan for it at all, but it definitely was something that you went through significant just in releasing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was pretty
It was
cool.
like real time too. It was all in real time.
Yeah. I can put the link in the show notes, but also if anybody wants to go check it out, it's total. transformation.life. And then if you go to the blogs, there's one that is Brittany's story. It's the same title as the podcast, but you'll see Brittany's name in the title as well. And then all the pictures and the video and everything are right on the blog if anybody wants to check it out. But it was really
It's
awesome.
really cool.
It was really, say that one more time, Brett.
I said it's really cool. They should definitely check it out because it's got a bunch of the details and stuff like that. I think there's good lessons in there.
Yeah.
For any type of grief, right?
For sure. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be necessarily specific to suicide, but
yeah. Yeah. And I know that we both just wanted to say thanks for all the support and reaching out.
Holy shit, yeah.
Brittany. Yeah, we've both got.
Holy crap. Yeah, I had, what was it? What did we count earlier when you were at the salon? What was it? It was like almost like 15,000 people have reacted and like opened the post and read it, like not just like saw it. Like it was because both of our Facebook, well, that's just mine. Your Facebook too is probably way more than that.
Yeah, I didn't look up my numbers on that. But
yeah,
a lot of people,
but that's a lot more than 15,000 people.
Yeah.
And because yours isn't even in there. We both have professional pages.
Mm-hmm. And we had a few people that also reached out about telling their stories. So
yes,
that was super exciting and kind of something that we wanted to talk about real quick now, was just that we love hearing everybody's stories. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about suicide. It can be about, any kind of struggle or obstacle or just life in general. If you have a story that you want to tell us, we would love to have you as a guest on the podcast.
Yeah. Those are the best.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Bringing everybody together and
Absolutely.
Seeing everybody's viewpoints and trying to understand them and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. That's the cool part.
And it really creates like a support network, which is what we wanted to do with this podcast anyway. It's all about each other. So
yeah, we're all in this together.
Yeah. So that was basically the point of what we wanted to do. We just want to say thank you for all the support, for all the reach out, for all the contact, and let us hear your stories.
Yep.
Because we really do want to hear that. Yep. So if you have anything that you want to share with us, then definitely shoot us a message. Or
a message you want to get out there too, right? Like the whole point in the podcast that we just did was to get a message out and let people see that, so if you have a message that you think the world needs to hear, we've got a lot of traction right now. Like right now's the time. Reach out to us because we've got a lot of traction right now. So now's the time to have your voice be heard with ours.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. So we look forward to hearing from everybody.
Yes.
And thanks so much. And we have a good podcast coming up next week that's going to be controversial, maybe a little bit.
Very controversial. No, very much so. And that's a good thing. That's what we want. We want people to think things through. Yep.
Controversial, but something that everybody is talking about and a lot of people are experiencing. So tune in.
I can't think of anybody who hasn't experienced something of this. No. Men, woman, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Kids, adults.
Yeah.
At some point, I feel that everybody has touched on this in some way, shape, or form, and it's affected their lives. Yeah. Some people, their whole lives.
Yeah.
Me, my whole life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. All of us.
Me too. Yep. So anyway, stay tuned for next week. We'll be putting that up hopefully the beginning of next week.
Yeah.
By the beginning of next week, if not a little bit before. And then we'll talk to everybody again soon.
Yeah. Thanks again, guys.
All right.